I'm running out your mind. Don't know the direction to your side. Got the wrong impression. I thought that we were fine, but now it's time to eye. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't change. So you decide, and I just say my life. I guess we'll never know. But don't say that you're sorry. Don't say that you're sorry, girl. We can't all go. But don't say that you're sorry. You don't really want me, girl. It's already broken. I don't wanna talk. I'm already looking for something more. But if you wanna link up, you can hit the light. Call me anytime. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't change. So you decide, and I just save my day. I can lift you up. I can show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. You can be my love. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. Was it real? just for show. Yeah. She's unsafe, you're apology. Maybe I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me. Are you calling me, baby? How long has this been going on? You've been making so shady. I've been feeling it lately. Wanted you to see the best part of me. Never knew that I could fall so quickly. Now it's over and I can't stop thinking, will we ever be the same? I got over all the shit that you said. I admit that it all went through my head. Got a little crazy there at the end. At the end. I'm still holding on to all the stupid flowers. They were your mistakes, but you said they were ours. Now they're trying to fit it in my closet. And I'm trying to find the strength to go and walk it. I'm still holding on to all the stupid flowers. They were your mistakes, but you said they were ours. Now they're trying to fit it in my closet. And I'm trying to find the strength to go and lock it and go with it. Wanted you to see the best part of me. Never knew that I could fall so quickly. Now it's over and I can't stop thinking, will we ever be the same? I got over all the shit that you said. I admit that it all went through my head. Got a little crazy there at the end. At the end. I'm still holding on to all the stupid flowers. They were your mistakes, but you said they were ours. Now they're trying to fit it in my closet. And I'm trying to find the strength to go and lock it. I'm still holding on to all the stupid flowers. They were your mistakes, but you said they were ours. Now they're trying to fit it in my closet. And I'm trying to find the strength to go and lock it and hold it. I'm still holding on to all the stupid flowers. They were your mistakes, but you said they were ours. Now they're trying to fit it in my closet. And I'm trying to find the strength to go and lock it and go with it. Common love isn't for us. We created something phenomenal. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? You got me feeling diamond rich. Nothing on this planet compares to it. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? All night, I ride with you. I know you coming back, and you know I got you. So come up, come up, come up. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come up, come up, come up. don't you agree? I don't wanna live another life, 'cause this one's pretty nice. Living it up, who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night, I ride with you. I know you got my back, and you know I got you. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Lights on, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come on.
Welcome, welcome to Money Talk. Welcome, welcome to Money Talk. Let's go. Let's get the blood pumping, y'all. Is the blood pumping yet? Yeah.
Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me?
Remember to send out reminders to your friends, your families right now. Tell them that, hey, Money Talk is getting started. Let's go. Welcome, welcome on Money Talk. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes to one of the greatest talks that's happening in North America is happening. Remember, as you tune in, remember to check out the announcements coming through on your slides and your screen right now. Stay up to date with what's going on with Money Talk. Man, wherever you're tuning in from right now, I hope the music is waking you up. Let's wake up to learn. It's time we empower you. It's time you be empowered. Right? All this time, we've been getting a lot of inspiration. But it's time to be empowered. No more inspiration. It's time to be empowered. It's time for us to go to the next level. See, if you're ready to be empowered, if you're ready to be in charge, light me up green. I need to see that screen lit up green right now if you're ready for me to empower you. I need to see more greens if you're ready for me to empower you. If you're ready to be empowered, light me up green. If you are ready to be empowered, light me up green. Man, I don't believe you yet. I don't believe you yet. If you're ready to be empowered, light me up green. Yes. Yes, there we go. Hey, man, I love you guys. You guys convinced me. I'm going to light you up green. I'm going to empower you today. All right. Hey, you guys like the tunes? How do you guys like the house music I be playing on here on Money Talk? You guys be feeling like you're ready to go clubbing or something, huh? Right? Money Talk be having you guys feel like you want to go party at 9 a.m. in the morning. Right? So welcome, guys. Welcome to Money Talk. You know, the happy Tuesday to all the great Money Talk. You know, I've been trying to figure out a name to call you guys. You know, I can't just call you the Money Talk crew, but you know, I've been thinking of names that we could call each other. You know, like some people like, you know, like if you're a fan of something, they call you like that name. But you know what? I'm going to steal this name from a good partners of mine. You know, the Money Talk, right? We're not just talk about it, but we're wealth creators, right? Money Talk. So you welcome on wealth creators. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Wealth creators. What you guys think about that, right? Wealth creators. Welcome to Money Talk, the wealth creators. If you like that, light me up green. If you like, if I call you wealth creators, light me up green. You like that? Welcome on wealth creators, right? Where you get to learn at Money Talk. So I'm feeling good today, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I got my suit on. I'm ready to go. I'm really fired up. And today's Tuesday. Now, if you don't know what Tuesday means to me in this business, today's the day I get to brag about how many families I educate on our company's national calls. And just to give you up to date, guys, you know, our campaign already educated over, and listen to me, we have educated so far this month over 37 families already. Right? In a month. And we're not even halfway in the month yet. So over 37 families have been educated through our campaign. And we're not talking about the older people. I'm talking about new people. Right? And the funny thing about it, guys, is that I'm not even counting people that's coming on Money Talk. Right? This is just purely between my business partners and myself. We have educated over 30-something families this month already. So, you know, I love it. I love the fact that many of you guys come back to really learn more and understand more. And as like I promised today, I have the pleasure, and I'm so honored to definitely give you guys more understanding about using the wealth formula. So like I promised today we're going to talk about, you know, how to understand the wealth formula, break it down, and give a little bit more understanding to the wealth formula, because that is very important in these days. So, you know, yesterday we talked about money, right? If you guys learned a lot from yesterday, you know, you could definitely light me up green. You learned a lot from yesterday, right? And, you know, it's really good to keep empowering you guys and, you know, inspiring and putting you guys in positions to keep on winning, man. You know, this thing is about winning, guys, and I'm not going to stop, because ain't nobody can stop us but us. Nobody can stop this movement but us, and we are equally all in this together. So if it wasn't for you that keep showing up to Money Talks, for you inviting your friends and your family, we wouldn't be who we are on Money Talk. And definitely, you know, Money Talk movement is not a Keyon thing. It's a us thing, you know, and like I said, together, everyone achieve more, right? That's what the team is about. So welcome to the Wealth Creator team, right? You're a part of that movement now. You're part of this family, and we just want to keep on giving you the power. So let's jump right into it. So today we're going to talk about time, the importance of time. Right? And if you have your Saving the Future book and you want to learn a little bit more about the importance of time, you know, you want to definitely turn to page, that is page 9, right? Page 9. And on page 9, it talks about time is money. We have all heard this saying that time is money. And you never really understood what they meant by this. When they said, time is money, Keyon, time is money. Well, how many of you guys truly understood what that meant? How many of you understand that phrase other than it just sounds some fancy phrase That sounds really good. But that actual saying, guys, actually speak a lot of volumes, right? It speak a lot of volumes if you understood what they were saying. And what they were trying to say is the fact that time is money, yes. But did you also know that procrastination, listen to me now, they said that procrastination is also the enemy of savings. Now, if you're thinking and wondering to yourself, why is procrastination is the enemy of savings? It's because time is money. But how is time is money and procrastination is the enemy of savings? Well, let me break it down to you. Let's talk about why time is money first. Now, time. What is time? Time is something that you can't buy. Time is something you can't rewind. Time is something that you can't say, let me do a do-over. Let me retry. Let me try again. No. Time is past. Let me show you an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds just passed. Can you go back and redo it and undo it and say 9, 8, 7? You get what I'm saying? That time just passed. So because that time just passed, you got to look at it as far as with your money as well, right? Time is important to build wealth. That's why I keep encouraging you guys to start to save now. Pay yourself now, like yesterday, like 10 years ago, right? Because of time is money. But procrastination, why is procrastination the enemy of savings? It's because the more time you think you need to sleep on it, think about it, dream about it, ask God about it, it's time gone. You can never get it back. And the thing about the time is that there's 2 things that will happen in our life that you must understand. It's either A, God bless us with a lot of time and we live to get old. Or we're not so fortunate. We might die young, right? So those are the 2 events in our life. Those are reality, right? These are the reality of life. So because those 2 things are the reality of life, you got to know how to use them time wisely. So using your time wisely requires you to understand how to use interest. And not just any interest, because there's a difference between the 2. You got to use compound interest, right? But in order for you to know how to use compound interest, you got to understand what is the rule of 72. This is explained on page 11. You see, the rule of 72 was created by Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said, if you take 72, you divide it by whatever interest you're getting on your money, that will equal the amount of years it would take for your money to double for you or against you. You see, the thing about compound interest, or any interest at that, it all requires time. But let me tell you something. You ever feel like, you hear me on these talks and you're like, man, I'm so much older. I don't have time, Keyon. So if you don't have a lot of time, then you got to learn how to find a lot more interest on your money to make up for time. Meaning that if you could find a way where you could invest your money and have an earning potential of up to 15% or more, then if the market does very well 10 years in a row or 5 years in a row, you could make up for like 5 to 10 years that you missed out on based upon compound interest. But once again, it comes back down to how much you pay in yourself. Because the money that you pay yourself plus the interest on it over the period of time will build your wealth. That's why time and interest play such a very important role upon what you pay yourself. Does that make sense, guys? Light me up red, green if you are understanding what I'm saying to you. Is it making sense now? Interest plays a vital role in the time it takes for the money to compound. But the rule of 72 could help you to understand how much time I need before my money will double for me based upon the interest that I get on my money? Time. So, give you an example. If you was to get 1% interest on your money, you're going to take 72. You divide it by 1. That means it will take you 72 years in order for your money to double for you if you got 1% interest. Time. Do you have 72 years? You don't want to wait 72 years. Right? That's why 85% of Americans or anybody in the world that save majority in the bank, that's why they lose in the money game. Because the bank don't give you enough interest for you to capitalize on time. Now, let's say that you find somewhere where you could get 4%. 72 divided by 4, right? 4 going to 72, how many times? 18. So that means money will double every 18 years. 18 years of your life. How many times could you live to see 18 years in your lifetime? Maybe not that much. Because from 29 to 65, that money would have only doubled 2 times. You see that? What about if you was able to get, let's say, I don't know, 12%? 72 divided by 12. Money doubling every 6 years. How many times could you see 6 years in one lifetime? So from 29 to 65, your money would have doubled at least around 6 times. So interest upon money plays an important role in wealth building. So that's why I encourage you to pay yourself more. Because the more you pay yourself and the more interest you get on what you pay yourself, over time, that money would eventually grow by a time period where you want to retire. Make sense? Right? That's why, guys, we say that procrastination is the enemy of savings, because the more time that you don't have your money working for you, it's the more opportunities you miss to leverage interest to build up the money that you pay yourself. I can't stress that enough. This is so important for us to know. Right? Because here's the thing. Another thing that you got to understand about compound interest, guys. You got to know the difference between compound interest and simple interest. Not only that, you got to understand, well, if I'm going to get compound interest on my money, right? Well, let's look into this a little bit. Let's understand this a little bit more. Compound interest now. Now, if I'm going to get compound interest on my money, how many times am I going to get this money compounded over the years to come? Is my compounding every month, or is it every semi-annual, or is it every quarter, or is it every annually? You have to know how many times in 1 year is my money getting compounded on for me and against me. Because you got to know, am I getting compound interest every month for me or against me? Am I getting compound interest used every quarterly for me, or it's against me? Am I getting compound interest on my money every semi-annually for me or against me? And is it annual for me or against me? These things play a vital role in building your wealth. Right? Man, if you're learning something new today, hit me with the green. Right? This is why it is so important for us to pay attention to interest. But now, what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Now, just to make it simple, compound interest, right? What it means is that whatever you make in the first year on a compounded interest, right? For example, let's say that was 8% on $10,000. 8% on 10,000 is $800, right? So now in that first year, you would have made 10,800, right? So now when the second year comes around, you're now making interest upon what's the principal and the interest that you make from the previous year. So now next year, you're now getting compound interest of 8% on 10,800 instead of just the 10,000. Now the difference between compound and simple interest is that on simple interest, all you do is every year you get interest upon the principal every year. So year one, you get 10,000, 8%, that's 800. Second year, it's the same 10,000 that will earn interest on it. So now you got to find out, well, what kind of interest am I getting on my money? And what kind of interest am I getting used against me on my money? Is it compound or simple interest? And these are questions that you must know to ask credit card companies. These are questions that you got to be learning how to ask your mortgage company, your car note, your student loans. You got to know when you ask your bank, when you ask your investments, your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, your stocks. You got to know these questions. You got to ask these questions. These are questions that you know you got to ask because then you can have a prediction. Let me tell you something. You can predict the future based upon the understanding of compound interest versus simple interest. Then guys, even when you figure all that out, right? Even when you figure that out, do you know how to calculate what is the real rate of return on your money? Because even if you got, say, 3%, even if you got 3%, I love when people tell me, "Well, no, Keyon, I got a CD. I make like 2% in my CD." And you feel proud about that? You think that impressed me? You think a guy like me that know what I know, that impressed me? Deep down inside, I'm crying for you. I am. I don't care if you got 5% interest. You're still losing the money game. You're losing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to tell you this truth, but you're losing. And someone will look at me and say, "Well, Keyon, how do you figure this out? How do you know that I'm losing the money game if I'm getting 5% interest on my money?" Okay. Two things you didn't calculate it, my friend. Two things you didn't calculate it. You didn't calculate what the tax is going to be on that money. And you didn't calculate what is the inflation rate on that money either. So because you failed to calculate these two things in your whole equation of your whole ideology that you're winning the money game, you're losing. I'm sorry. Sorry that I have to be the bad guy of this news today. So now you may look and say, "Well, Keyon, how do I win?" Well, over time, it all comes back down to, well, are you getting this money compounded every month? Or is it compounded every annual, quarter, or semi-annually? Because then that would differentiate if you're winning or losing. Okay, if you're getting money compounded every month, then if you had a bad month, okay, maybe next month may be good. And you can have a better average return over an annual period. How many of you guys knew? I just want to know by yes or no. How many of you knew that these concepts and formula into wealth building was important? How many of you knew that until today?
If you knew, just hit yes. If you didn't know, hit no. Let me see. I'm just trying to get a feel for where everybody's knowledge was. All right. If you knew this before the call, hit yes. If you didn't know, hit no. Okay. Good. I see more yes. So then, if we knew and you understood this, then I will ask this one question. Why would anybody still think the 401k, an IRA, a CD would be a great place to save their money? See, that's where you stop and you think. Because guys, these clues are given to us. But what was taken away from us was the understanding. That's why when people ask me why do I feel why I feel the way about where I put my money or where I would recommend or even suggest or even educate families to put their money. When it's all said and done, I always tell people, where can I put my money where I could get 4 of the most important things that families need for their money? Number 1, where can I put my money and get growth? Number 2, safety. Number 3, proper protection. Number 4, tax advantages. Where else in the world can you point to me to put my money to get all 4 of those things in one vehicle? Where else? Where else can I put my money? Other than the places that I've always been telling you that people should use. Guys, don't be fooled. I tell you, do your own research. Do your own research. Because all of these things are so important. These are vital information that we got to understand about time and interest. It's either you're one of the 2 type of people in this world. It's either you learn how to have money work for you or you'll have money work against you. I tell you, poor, the word poor, because I know a lot of people when I say there's so many poor people in this world. For years when I kept saying that, people didn't understand what I was saying. And I realized that for these years when I would say, man, there's so many poor people, right? And people get offended. They're like, Keyon, not because you think you got to where you are in your life. And I hate when people talk like that too. When people talk like that, it sounds like a hater. Oh, because you get to where you are, you think you could now what do they love to say? Judge people. I'm not judging you. I'm just calling you what you are. Poor. Now, you didn't give me an opportunity to explain myself. What you should have asked was what an intelligent person would say. What do you mean by that? That's what an intelligent person would say. What do you mean by poor? Well, poor has nothing to do with your money or status. Poor is a mindset. And depends on the mindset that you have, it can make you broke. Broke is a moment. Broke is a temporary moment that is actually made permanent based upon a poor mindset. So what does poor mean? Poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly to either learn or to earn more. Poor. That's why rich people call poor people. They say, you're so poor. They're not talking about your status. Rich people are not talking about your status when they called you poor. Their acronym stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly to either learn or earn more. So because you pass over opportunities to learn or to earn more, that will keep you broke. And broke is a moment determined
based upon your poor mindset. But if you're not that type of person with a poor mindset, then broke will not be your forever status quo. It will just be for a moment or a short period of time. You determine that based upon mindset. That's why they say mindset is everything, guys. What is your mindset? Is your mindset like you know how many people? I have over 5,000 people on my Facebook. I got a bunch more on my other social media, right? You would think even 1% of the people on my Facebook would not have a poor mindset. You would think, right? How many of you guys think this was very good information today? Like, do you think there's a lot of people should charge a lot of money to give you this type of knowledge and understanding, right? Like, if you think this is good information where you know people paid money for, just to even get a half of the understanding that I gave you today, right? But think about it. I have 5,000 poor people on my Facebook. And I see a lot of them talk about how broke they are on my Facebook. And I look at them and I post money talk and I say, hey, come be free. I feel like Harriet Tubman, right? Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed a lot more slaves if only they know they were slaves. So that's how I feel about the money talk. How many of you guys probably invite so many people to come to these money talks? And how many of don't show? But I don't care about who don't show. I'm just happy that you show up. Because freedom is for those that want to be free. Freedom is for those that know they are not free. And if you knew you weren't free and you want to be free, that's why you choose to be here this morning. Money Talk is the Underground Railroad. We're the creators of wealth. And I'm so happy to be your Harriet Tubman. And many of you on this call is the Harriet Tubman of this call. Many of you. We know so many of you that invite people like Swan, Miss Victoria Gordon, the Tiffany's, the Tamikas, the Sheila Forbes, right? We know many of you are leading this Underground Railroad to free many, many people. And don't worry, we will free them. I'm 32 years old, young. If God keep blessing me with life, I will continue going back and bringing them out of slavery. I just hope you guys could join me on this run. So with that said, guys, I want to open up the call, right? And I would love for, if you'd like to share, right? I'd love to hear from you guys this morning. If you'd like to share, press the green button, light me up green if you'd like to share. And I would love to hear from you. What was your takeaway or what was your feedback? Do you feel that you got some understanding today? If you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to share, press the green button, the yes button, or you can raise your hand. And I'm going to call on you one by one so that way we can share. So please hit that quickly so that way we could share. And I'll call on you guys. All right, I got Jaime. Jaime, good morning. You're live.
Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to say I like these money talks. I'm eating breakfast. It's technically food for thought. I enjoy this. I like the phrases, poor is a mindset, broke is a moment. That really rang. Reiterating the rule of 72 and all that. These are things that constantly need to be taught. And thank you for sharing And thank you for everybody that's bringing other people into this call and constantly empowering everybody around you. So good job. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Hamid, man. We'd love to have you on. And yes, literally, food for thoughts, right? Every bite. Anybody else would love to share? If you'd like to share, like I said, just hit that yes button or raise your hand. I'll call on you real quick so you can share. All right, we got Tiffany Harewood, and then we'll have Miss Victoria Gordon right after her.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Keyon, thank you once again for such an amazing, amazing money talk this morning. Like Jaime said, that poor, broke, mindset and moment. And I love the way you said broke becomes permanent when you stay poor and you continue to pass over opportunities. And sometimes the opportunity for us is just checking it out, to see what it's all about and starting from there. I'm so happy for these money talks and for what it's done for me and my family, my immediate family, and my friends as well. The rule of 72 is like gold, okay, when it comes to building our wealth. So I love when you explain it and you break it down for us, so that we can make better money decisions, right? And the other thing that I took away this morning was how to determine like whether or not I'm winning the money game based on where my investments are right now, and like you said, if I'm just getting 5%, then I'm not winning, right? I'm just staying stagnant, or losing because I'm not taking into account inflation and taxes. So I definitely appreciate that. I love the outlook on my Facebook page, my Instagram page. You have all these poor people potentially, right? That are following you, but they're not making that next step to take action and to join the call or just to reach out to you and say, hey. And I feel like, unfortunately, again, it's a mindset to think that if I reach out, I'm going to have to pay, or what's the catch. So I definitely appreciate these calls. Thank you for sharing. And I will continue to blow the trumpet. Thank you for letting me share.
Absolutely. And you touched on something very vital a while ago. And I just want to touch on it a little bit. And the fact where you said that when people just think that there is a catch, and I wish people could just see, there's no catch. If it's one thing with me, I don't know if anybody don't realize it on my Facebook, that I'm a very straightforward person. I don't bite my tongue for nobody. I'm not scared of nobody. And I tell it as it is. If there was a charge, I'll tell you. Like, I charge business owners $1,500 a month. And they have to have a 3 months retainer, right? To even have my mentorship. Money talks are free. And I'm giving you most of the things that I give them for $1,500 a month. All right? Money talks are free. Our coaching program is free. But big corporations that can afford $1,500 a month just for my mentorship, for me to help them build their business and their finances, yeah, they can afford that. But I make sure I make money talk for free. Right? So there's no catch. Because if I was to charge, most people couldn't afford it. Ms. Victoria.
Good morning. Great call. I am still excited about Money Talk, making me very conscious of things going on. Been checking my account and looking at the interest according to the rule of 72. And wow, it's making me a little more mindful of where I put my money and money that I'm receiving. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for that opportunity. I like the fact, I like the way you use Harriet Tubman. That's a good analogy. But I figure I'll be a station house because I'm kind of a little short when it comes to excuses, and I just move on as I share the information. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm so happy You know, I couldn't be more proud of definitely seeing your growth in this money talk, Miss Victoria. And I could only see where the future will be for you as it progresses. And I see you going nothing but up to the top. I really do. You know, you're such a great example. And I just want to give a big shout out to you as well, because I heard the good news. You fight,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
rest, you got your license, right? You ready to go take your state exam. And I'm super excited. Let me tell you something. You are now will be a certified educator. So guys, if you can give Miss Victoria a big congratulations on that, right?
Thank you.
So super proud of you, man. So proud of you.
Yay.
Good. Congrats, Miss Victoria.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I
Yes,
just want to say, it doesn't matter how many times you got to keep taking that exam. I am not a quitter. I was like, I refuse to be defeated. It's just that I have to apply myself more and more. And I was like, finally. And it was so amazing because I thought that I didn't pass on yesterday as I was taking them because I had an interruption because I forgot about appointment. And as you know, this test is timed. So it took like almost 10 minutes of my time, but I didn't even realize I had already did so many that I still had time left over when I completed the exam. So thank you all. So I just want to encourage somebody, don't give up because you know what? I know that I'm going to get a return on my money. So if I have to do the 30 days again and I have to pay that fee, it's okay because I'm going to get that money back. I already got some clients that are ready. One of my friends, and I'm not trying to sound racial, but he's really funny. One of my Caucasian friends, he said, "Oh, I'm your first client. You know that." I was like, "Yes, businessman, I got you."
Hey, and that's why I love these money talks, man. Guys, you're gonna be doing some big things. Big things. I'm so excited about that. I think we have Miss Sheila Forbes and Tamika, if you guys want to share as well. And then we'll shut down.
Hey everyone, I just want to say great money talk and the way you explained the rule of 72 again, I haven't heard it said like that. So that will get people's attention even more. The rule of 72 is like amazing anyway, but to ask them, do you have 18 years to give? Do you have, this amount of time left to try to build wealth? So I love that analogy of explaining the rule of 72 to make it more personable, and your the last analogy about Harriet Tubman about how we're going to keep going back and trying to free the people who wants to be free. I love that because that's what our education is doing. It is just providing freedom to the world, and especially for the ones who wants the freedom. So another amazing call. Congratulations, Miss Victoria, and thank you for allowing me to share.
You're very welcome. And I think we have Tamika, and then we'll shut it down for today. We'll take you to some.
Good morning, everybody.
So
Congratulations, Mom.
Thank you, daughter.
I just want to say great call, Keyon. And, each time I'm on the call, I'm sorry, I'm driving to work. But every time I'm on the call, I learn something new. And, and I also want to say I paid off my 4th credit card.
Woo! Yes, plastic surgery.
From all these teachings. And, I'm going to continue to get the word out, telling more people about money talk. So thank you.
Oh, man, you're so welcome. I'm so proud of you. I'll give you a call later.
Okay.
Swan.
Yes. Good morning, Keyon. Can you hear me?
Yes, and then you just whoosh us out.
Okay, great. Awesome call as always. And I just wanted to congratulate Ms. Victoria and let her know, encourage her that there is someone in our campaign who took the test 19 times, but today he is making well over $500,000. Also, my first client who waited for me to get licensed wrote $1 million policy. So I just wanted to encourage you today that you're in the right place, and things are gonna definitely get better for you and your finances. You're doing an awesome job, and everyone else as well. So I just want to thank Keyon again for this amazing call every morning, and we're gonna keep fighting to get more people on to save them, because they just don't know what they don't know. So on that note, we're gonna wish out this morning. Thank everyone for getting on the call, and make sure you invite someone else for tomorrow, because we know Keyon is going to bring some good stuff for us. So on the count of 3, let's all wish out. 1, 2, 3.
Whoosh. World team, one dream,
One dream,
one cause.
one cause,
Woo!
one cause.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, everybody.
Awesome call.
Welcome to the call, Jamie. Great sharing. Jaime, bye-bye.